Hello, 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 beautiful strangers, and welcome back to the second episode of You and Me and Her. When we last left off, we had a chance encounter, a rooftop meeting with the class idol, or the school idol, rather, and the class weirdo. And, well, of course, good old childhood friend character, number one, and, well, this case, number only, because main character Kun here doesn't actually really have many friends, to put it lightly. Yeah, this is actually, unfortunately, the second time I've had to attempting to record this episode. The last time I had a bunch of OBS errors for some reason, but I found out that it was when I went to try to find out why. Apparently there was downloading a GPU update in the background, and it's not doing that anymore, and has been updated, so hopefully that issue is now fixed, and won't have any more issues because it's not downloading a GPU, not downloading updates in the background. So that's fun. I apologize if there was any issues last episode as well. I didn't see any errors or anything pop up, but I'm not the most attentive of persons, so I might have just missed it. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? To be honest, I'm not much of a people person. I'm pretty socially awkward. Like, it's been almost 6 months, and I still don't know the name of all the girls in our class. That's not saying too much. I guess with schools like your typical Japanese school, you're in the same class with the same people for the school year. But I couldn't tell you the names of pretty much anybody in... Well, I could not tell you the names of every person in all of my classes in any given semester in high school. Because, I had 8 or 10, I don't remember exactly how many classes total, with different people in each class. So, that's not too bad, especially if you're bad with names like me. Anyway, but that grade A space cadet, it's hard to believe I could forget someone as unique as her. I crawl into bed. Wanna get zappy? Back there, on the roof, everything from her pose to her appearance, and everything she said, it was all identical to that scene from the mobile game, almost like she jumped right out of the screen and into real life. And the protagonist's name was Suzuki Shinichi, too. No, it can't be. I don't have the power to turn video games into reality, do I? Whoa there, buddy. Now I'm the one with gamer brain. That visual novel was on Muko's phone. She probably has all the dialogue memorized. She was probably just acting it out. And she probably set the protagonist's name to mine on purpose. But why? Forget it. I'm letting my imagination get carried away. I put the blanket over my head and squeeze my eyes shut. That night, in my dreams, I see Miyuki, and we kiss. Scene transition, please? Why are you... I hate how long the scene transitions are in this visual novel. I prefer the scene transitions either when it's a quick scene transition, or Fuchigusai is not bad either, and those are the only two that come to mind immediately, is like quick hop, skip, and a jump. Anyway, the start of a new day. Man, that dream I had last night was pretty weird, but I know today will just be the same as always. Just another ordinary... Huh? A letter tumbles out of my shoe locker. I take it to my desk and open it carefully, half terrified to discover what awaits me inside. Meet me on the roof at lunch. Hi. Ah. Yutaro, are you peeking? First, I find out that you're old friends with Sona-san, and then I find out that not only did you try to cheat on her with Muko, but on top of that, you also got an old-fashioned love letter? You're a normie, aren't you? You're a goddamn normie. Your god may forgive you, but as the captain of the Boys and Dreams Club, I, Akebono Yutaro, never will. Keep your nose out of other people's letters. Sorry. But you know stuff like this will affect with the BD Club. The BD Club sounds like a venereal disease. But you know stuff like this will affect whether the BD Club lives to see another day. Ah, yes. The Boys and Dreams Club. Don't worry, it doesn't make much sense to me either. Yutaro describes this club as for boys who want to pursue their dreams. Personally, I have no idea what that means. The club's actually been around for quite some time, but with a name like that, I can't imagine many people would go out of their way to join. Unsurprisingly, when spring rolled around, Yutaro was the only member left, and the BD Club was on the verge of being disbanded. In the end, he convinced me to join, name only, purely to keep the club alive. It doesn't matter what I do as long as I stay in the club, right? My friend, you can't pursue a dream you're already living. The moment you achieve romantic fulfillment and become a normie, your membership is null and void. This is the oath sworn by the BD boys. It sounds like whatever. Maybe disbanding is for the best? I'm starting to think so too. Yutaro may seem like a goofball, but he takes this 100% seriously. No sense in sabotaging a relationship just to keep my club alive, you know. Here. He set something on my desk. That's the game I saw yesterday. After Muko left, Yutaro demanded to know every last detail of what happened. Obviously, I couldn't tell him all about all that stuff Miyuki said, but I did tell him about the visual novel on her phone. I barely gave you anything to go on. How'd you find it? Oh, Ryujiro knows a lot about these games. Who's Ryujiro? Ryujiro. My kid brother. You said the heroine looks dead on like Muko, so I showed him a picture of her. That was all it took. I look at the girl on screen. And then I look at the girl sitting a few desks away. They're absolutely identical. A perfect 2D recreation. If you told me the developers modeled their character on her, I wouldn't doubt it for a second. Muko sits silently at her desk. She doesn't try to talk to anyone or play with her phone. She just stares into empty space. While everyone is chatting about their morning with their friends, the space around her is perfectly quiet like a vacuum. Almost as if she's focusing her entire being on picking up the faintest radio waves from the farthest reaches of space. Got it. Just then, she thrusts her hand up into the air. Transmission received. Development schedule confirmed. Route in progress. She babbles to no one in particular. I still haven't decided on a voice for Aoi, so her voice is probably going to change quite a bit until I settle on one. I apologize, I'm horribly unprofessional. But our class is already used to her antics. No one finds her behavior surprising. At least, that's the sense that I get. What a weirdo. Nothing against her, but I suggest you set your sights elsewhere. Hey, when you take a drink and it doesn't quite go down as expected. She's one giant headache waiting to happen. Huh? I never said I was interested in her like that. Then why are you asking about her? She tried to kiss me on the roof. Obviously, I'm going to be at least a little curious, you know? But that's all it is. For your sake, I sure hope so. I've heard some pretty bad rumors, dude. Such as... They say she's a total slut. Not that I buy it, obviously. I mean, she's impossible to talk to, much less anything else. After witnessing her gamer brain antics yesterday, I agree. She seems like she's off in her own little world, or at the very least totally oblivious to the people around her. She can't carry a conversation to save her life. Hey, Yutaro, is this game available on the App Store? You can keep it. What, the phone? Yeah, Ryujiro got himself a new one recently. There's no SIM card, so you can't make calls with it, but you can download games no problem. According to him, this is a cult classic NTR game. You fucker. NTR? What's that? Gotta hate NTR stories. Well. Hell if I know. It's a visual novel terminology, I guess. It stands for, to pop out of it, I think it's Netorare or something like that. Netorare, Netorare, I think. It's essentially cuckolding, or... Also, I think the original definition of it was more along the lines of being in love with somebody and then that person going out with somebody else, essentially, something similar to that. I think, but I'm not going to swear what the original absolute meaning of it is, but I think it was similar to that. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? But I'm getting some BD vibes from it. I see. Fucking BD bullshit. It's gonna make me laugh every time. It sounds like a horrible disease. Whatever. Good morning. Miyuki's voice rings out through the classroom. Just like that, all the girls start to gather around her in a giant circle. They start asking her questions like whether she'd seen last night's season premiere or if she'd heard about the new store that just opened up in town. No matter the topic, Miyuki answers each one with grace, sophistication, and a smile. Just like that, she lights up the room, drawing attention from quite a few of the guys in our class. This happens every morning, and every time it makes me painfully aware of the distance between us. Sona Miyuki is the queen bee, and I'm nobody. A lone flower blossoming in the vast desert of this campus. Man, she's just so beautiful. Yeah. Here in the classroom, she's the star of the show. But I know she's just playing the part. As her old friend, I know what she's really like. Fussy and plain-spoken. Dude, did you see that? Sone-san just glanced over at us. I can't help it. I'm crazy about her, and if I want to pursue this dream, I gotta confess my love. It's destiny. Good luck. I'm rooting for you, man. And yet, even as I speak, Duru, I can't help but glance at Muko out of the corner of my eye. Amid the cheerful clatter, she sits perfectly still, the very picture of loneliness. During class, using my textbook as a cover, I stealthily take out Yutaro's brother's phone and launch the game. Now loading. Duru. Her eyes lock onto mine. My battery is dying. What battery? Need to recharge. When I get zappy? Now loading. Yeah, this is definitely the same game from yesterday. I just have to close when I close the goddamn game. I would fucking uninstall in a moment. Just close. Now loading. Fuck you. That is a horrible, horrible pet peeve of mine. Too many loading screens. And I grew up playing PS2 games, so I know a lot of loading screens. I grew up playing very specific PS2 games. Hell, I played fucking Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. I know some goddamn loading screens. The conversation plays out a little differently in the game, but for the most part, it's exactly the same as what happened on the roof. This level of pinpoint accuracy can't possibly be a coincidence. She must have been intentionally trying to recreate the scene word for word. Is she really interested in me? Whoa there, buddy. I mutter to myself. It's way too early to be drawing any sort of conclusion. Prior to yesterday, Muko and I had never even spoken to each other. Willing myself to keep a level head, I resumed the game. Now loading. Wait, the heck are you doing? I'm the mommy cat. Nice try. Cats don't talk, they meow. Doo-doo. Aoi frowns down at herself for a moment. Meow, I'm the mommy cat. Now loading. That's not what I meant. The scene strikes me as familiar. It definitely seems like the sort of thing the real world Muko would at least say. And knowing her penchant for oddball antics, I can't be sure she wouldn't do something like this IRL. I shoot a furtive glance at the IRL Muko. Doo-doo. There's her trademark pose again. She's not taking any notes. In fact, she doesn't seem to care about the lesson at all. Instead, she just sits there, hand in the air, staring into empty space. Even in the autumn, the afternoon sun is as harsh as ever. My vision is engulfed in a white haze. Eventually, after blinking a few times, my sight finally registers a lone figure. Oh. Shinichi? Standing there is none other than Sone Miyuki herself, baseball bat in hand. No way. You're the one who invited me up here? No, genius, did you forget what my handwriting looks like you did yesterday? Oh, right. On top of everything else, she's a master of calligraphy, too. As such, her handwriting is extremely distinctive. Wait. Then how'd you know it was a written invitation? Because I got one, too. She holds up a sheet of paper. I can tell it's the exact same stationery as mine. Then that means... Can't imagine what she's hoping to achieve by doing this. Who? Who indeed? Let's just wait and find out. Okay then. We stand there in silence, side by side, gazing out at the town. The clear autumn sky seems to stretch on endlessly. I feel like we need to talk about what happened yesterday, but at the same time, it feels too personal somehow. It never used to be like this. In the past, we had more of a playful relationship. We had no trouble teasing or joking with each other. But we can't go back to the way we were. In the distance, I hear the crack of a baseball bat. That reminds me, why'd you bring the bat? To practice my swing. It's for my next performance. Plays about softball. Interesting. Come to think of it, she was carrying one yesterday, too. You're really dedicated, huh? Well, as a second year, I did kind of steal the lead role from the older students, so now I need to earn it. I'm impressed. I close my eyes. In the past, we'd often go play at the local indoor batting cage. I remember her long hair fluttering with the motion of her perfect, beautiful swing. You're lying, aren't you? About what? Needing to practice. You're already a pro. I think you overestimate me. Doubt it. You had that bat with you yesterday too, didn't you? There's no way she'd bring a baseball bat to a romantic rendezvous just because. She has more tact than that. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember hearing that she used a bat to defend herself from a particularly aggressive admirer. Supposedly, the guy came close to spending the rest of his life in a wheelchair. At the time, I thought it was just another overblown rumor, but where there's smoke, there's fire, or so they say. Is it for self-defense? I mean, partially, yeah. All right. Well, try not to kill anything with that thing. Shut up. Miyuki pouts. She would never let this side of her show in front of any of our classmates, but this is the real her. I'm only human. I get scared sometimes. I don't blame her for keeping her guard up around random guys. The rooftop door is the only exit. If it got locked, she'd be trapped. Just like that, her perfect reputation would be destroyed overnight. Looking at her face, I can still see traces of the girl I used to know. Sorry. You haven't changed a bit. I can't tell if you're really that smart. I can't tell if you're really smart or really, really dense. My bad. It's fine. I gave up on you years ago. It's true. We gave up on each other a long, long time ago. Funny, our mystery letter writer sure is taking her sweet time to get up here. Gee, I can't imagine why. We exchanged sarcastic quips. I feel a bit more comfortable now that I know the old her isn't completely gone. That makes it easier to work up the courage to talk to her. Listen, about yesterday. Yesterday? Oh, right, that was all an act, right? To help me get out of that jam? Of course. You looked like you were really freaked out. Yeah, it totally threw me for a loop. I mean, I barely even know her. Thank you for showing up when you did. Seriously. No need to thank me. I hardly did a thing. She stares at the ground, letting her guard down in a way that would be unthinkable in front of anyone else. I pause for a moment. Then, once she's calm, I ask her again. That love confession, it was all just an act, right? Right. It wasn't real. Just forget it. All right, I will. There's an unspoken agreement between us. The two of us are old friends and nothing more. I have to maintain my distance from her. That much is crucial. Anyway, that Smuko-san sure is something else. I noticed that she's steering the conversation back into safe territory. I guess the rumors are true. She's nuttier than a fruitcake. And with a bad case of gamer brain. The heck is gamer brain? It's when you start to confuse video games with reality. I hate that. Her tone sharpens suddenly. Is that why she always behaves the way she does? She doesn't seem to care about anything, or at least she never seems to pay much attention. Honestly, it infuriates me. Miyuki's the type to always put 100% into everything she does, so it makes sense that she wouldn't get along well with someone as absent-minded as Muko. Come on, don't be so hard on her. Having a poor grip on reality can't exactly be easy for her either, you know? That's not true. Who's there? Muko? Just like yesterday, she's standing up on the roof of the stairs. Have you been there the whole time? Aoi can tell the difference between reality and fiction. This world is a game. Sorry, wrong voice. Actually, how far up did that go? We can tell the difference between reality and fiction. This world is a game. Aoi is a romance option. Not this nonsense again. Let's see your proof then. Proof? Muko tilts her head, puzzled. Doo-doo. Then she puts her hands under her skirt and starts to pull down her panties. Stop right there. What on earth do you think you're doing? We'll get naked and the international watermark will appear. Yeah, I sincerely doubt that. Yeah, this is the American release. There ain't no censorship here. Don't you dare. Have you no shame? What's shameful about it? You seriously don't know? Surely she's got to have at least some common sense, right? Whatever. Just keep your clothes on, for God's sake. Muko falls silent, as if lost in thought. Okay. Different proof, then. She takes her cell phone out of her pocket. God. God? Yes, the god of visual novels. This world is a video game, a program. And programs can be patched. What's that supposed to mean? The world will change. Oh yeah? Show us a miracle then, would you? Got it. Muko nods absently and raises her phone into the air. I have a feeling I know who she's calling. Muko-san, what are you doing? I think she's calling God. Since when does God have a phone number? Since never, as far as I know. Yeah, didn't think so. As usual, God shows no signs of picking up. Nevertheless, Muko keeps calling. At this point, it just hurts to watch. Are you done yet? Not until he answers, probably. Knowing Muko, it seems like the obvious conclusion. That would explain why she suddenly collapsed yesterday. I heard she has a complicated family situation. She does. Supposedly she never goes home and sleeps in a different bed every night. Whose beds, though? I'm not sure. In the back of my mind, I remember what Yutaro told me earlier. The rumors of her sleeping around. Hey, Muko. Maybe your phone doesn't get service up there? Or, I don't know, maybe God's a little busy right now? You think so? Maybe Aoi doesn't have enough battery power. Just get down from there, would you? You wanted to talk to us, right? 3, 2, 1. Hey, do not jump from there. Why not? Oh my god. Because it's not safe, genius. How has she survived this long, not knowing these things? Just use the ladder, please. Got it. She proceeds to climb down a little more recklessly than I would have liked. Finally, the three of us are standing on even ground. So, why did you ask to meet us up here? What? Wait, then that means you wrote these letters, didn't you? Uh-huh. Well then, first things first, let me make this clear, as you may or may not have already heard. Everything that happened yesterday was a total misunderstanding. Shinichi and I are old friends, that's all. Nothing more, nothing less. There's nothing romantic between us. Yeah, God, that hurts. It's for the best. Got it. What is it? Plan A. Friendship mission. What? Aoi and Miyuki and Shinichi will be friends. Okay? Oh, this choice. Yes. Well. I think this is where I'm going to end off this episode at the choice of, with the question of, should we be her friend or should we not be her friend? Will we or won't we? Will we or won't we? Because, Shinichi needs more friends. He only has really one, maybe 1.5, depending on how you count Miyuki as they're old friends, but they're not very close anymore. And his one friend is Ryutaro, and we've talked to him before. But at the same time, she's absolutely crazy, even more so than Ryutaro, and that's saying a lot. So, anyway, next time, will we or won't we? Will we have friends? Find out next time. I hope to see you all there.